Yeah, I'm a little redder than usual, but I've been tanning, and that's not what this video is about. It's about MGTOW, 50 Shades of Grey, internet porn, and the growing obsolescence of marriage. See, they say that women aren't women anymore and men aren't men anymore. That's pretty much it. See, we live in an entitlement culture. Participation trophies, there's all this stuff, and retirement pay and all that stuff. It's like it's all about me, myself, and I in this world. And back in the day, selfishness was not tolerated. Now, not only is it tolerated, it's often rewarded and even glorified. It's just, even criminals back in the day, you kept your mouth shut, you did your time, you went to prison, and you took it like a man if you got caught. Now, omerta, the code of silence, is dead. I mean, you have mob bosses, people that are supposed to be so entrenched in that life, just ratting or snitching left and right to save their own asses from prison time. One bird sing, two birds sing, and now all the stool pigeons and canaries, they're singing left and right. But in any case, children are a big hassle as well. And what's interesting is that children are the line between childhood and adulthood is blurred more than ever than it has ever been in our history, in human history. You have children acting like adults, and you have adults acting like children. They say 25 is the new 18. I've heard that before, and there's just a lot of crazy stuff going on. And people are taking longer and longer to grow up, and they're also growing up much faster in some ways. And there's also a lot of more convenient things than marriage and sex and relationships. You can go, if you're a guy, you can go look at porn, and hell, if you're a girl, you can do that too. And if you also are a girl, you can reread 50 Shades of Grey and sit back and wish you were Anastasia rather than going out and meeting a real man. It's just, the porn is another interesting topic with the MGTOW part, because it's like porn has several advantages over real women. It doesn't have needs or wants. You won't embarrass it. It never says no. It never complains. It's always into what you're into, and you can switch from scene to scene faster than hell, even if you had a harem. And your mind will eventually mistake porn for real women, and you'll eventually prefer it over real sex. Don't believe me? Try it out. In any case, the total meltdown of things is just, you got MGTOW, you got the men's rights activists, you got third wave feminism, and all that stuff. It's like the porn, romance novel, whatever, it won't abuse you. Well, if you want to be abused, it will abuse you in the way you precisely want to be abused. And that being said, marriages back in the day were for social and economic reasons rather than, love in a lot of cultures and in a lot of times. They were for social, economic, and political reasons. Like you had arranged marriages way back when and all that jazz. And nowadays people marry for love. But as we see, marriage is people just don't want to get married anymore. It's like maintaining that relationship and seems a little too much like hard work. And the divorce, everything can be taken from you, even if you're in the right, especially if you're a man. And if you're a woman, it's like you have to take care of the kids and all that stuff. And there are more of a liability than a help, than an asset. Because back in the day, you'd have kids growing farming, growing shit, and taking on responsibilities much faster. But what we see now is people getting privileges much faster without real responsibility. And that's just becoming the norm. People want privileges, but they don't want responsibility. And that's been true for all of human history, but now people are able to avoid responsibility and get and access privileges and get away with it far easier than they could have conceivably gotten 1,000 years ago, 500 years ago, 100 years ago, or even 50 or 20 years ago. And, it's just the growing thread is just, more privileges, less responsibility. And people just, it's like the whole relationship thing. It's like if you could have, like a woman could have Christian Grey. It's like, and Sir, who would treat her right, be handsome, be dashing, be rich, and treat her in any way that she desired. Would she want to go out and meet a real man? No. It's like a man, it's like, why would he want to go out and meet real women when he can have this virtual harem that he doesn't have to work at, doesn't have to flirt with, doesn't have to hear it say no, doesn't hear it say, I have a headache, doesn't have to deal with its menstrual cycle and the PMS and all that bullshit. Wouldn't have to deal with her mood swings or anything like that. Wouldn't argue with, annoy, or pester you. I mean, it's just becoming more and more convenient to not have to deal with real people. And people can now chat with each other from across the globe. They don't have to call each other on the phone or write letters anymore. They can just go on the internet and go, what's up? And I mean, it's like, I've met people that I'm friends with online. I've only seen them face to face once, and back in the day, we would have saw each other again. In fact, a lot of people that I've only seen face to face once that are on my friends list. Some people I haven't even seen face to face at all on Facebook. But that's just the way it's going now. And the internet is expanding. We have not hit the full potential of the internet. It's going to keep growing and growing and growing. Life has changed more in the past 100 years than it has in the 10,000 before that. And that is a fact, people. That is not my opinion. That is a fact. I mean, life in 2000 BC would probably not look a lot different from life in 1000 BC. Now, 10 years have passed, and there's a lot of shit I don't recognize. I mean, now there's smartphones, there's all this crap like Facebook Mobile, iPads, there's just iPhones, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. There's Netflix, there's all this stuff. And people just, life is becoming more and more convenient, and people are becoming more and more averse to having to deal with adversity. They simply don't want to deal with hardship and will do anything they can to avoid it a lot of the time. And, you know, that's just the way things are going now. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace out.